Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as the convocation procession and the Chancellor's entourage enters the arena, and remain standing while the national anthem will be played and until the procession is seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to take your seats once again, please. Ladies and gentlemen, you all can take your seat, please. Dear graduates, you also can take your seat. Dear graduates, please take your seats, and we expect you to remain seated when the program will start and will continue. You can take your pictures later on when the program concludes. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please rise as the Chancellor's entourage enters the arena and remain standing while the national anthem will be played and until the procession is seated. request, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony begins with the recitation from the Holy Scriptures. We begin with the recitation from the Holy Quran by Qari Maulana Abul Hussain. Brahmin Shri Krishna Kanto Chakraborty will recite from the Holy Gita. Vedanta Sunanda Priya Bhikkhu will recite from the Holy Tripitak. And finally, Reverend James Jeepu Roy will recite from the Holy Bible.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أمن هو قانت آناء الليل أمن هو قانت آناء الليل ساجدا وقائما يحذر الآخرة ويرجو رحمة ربه قل هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب صدق الله العظيم পবিত্র কালামের সূরা জুমার 9 নম্বর আয়াতে আল্লাহ পাক ইরশাদ করেন যে ব্যক্তি রাত্রিকালে সেজদার মাধ্যমে অথবা দাঁড়িয়ে ইবাদত করে পরকালের আশঙ্কা রাখে এবং তার পালনকর্তার রহমত প্রত্যাশা করে সে কি তার সমান যে এরূপ করে না বলুন যারা জানে এবং যারা জানে না তারা কি সমান হতে পারে চিন্তা ভাবনা কেবল তারাই করে যারা বুদ্ধিমান ওয়া আখিরু দাওয়ানা আলহামদুলিল্লাহি রাব্বিল আলামিন আসসালামু আলাইকুম ওয়া রাহমাতুল্লাহ
অজ্ঞানতিমরেন্দ্রস্য জ্ঞানার্জনশলাকয়া চক্ষুষ্মৌতম তস্मै শ্রী গুরুবে নমঃ। শ্রীমদ্ভগবদ্ গীতা অষ্টাদশ অধ্যায় শ্রী ভগবান উবাচ মন্ননা ভব বক্তক্তো মজ্জামিমাং মম কুরু মামে বৈশ্যসিত শতন্তে প্রতি জান প্রিয়সুমে। হে পার্থ, তুমি আমাকে মন দাও, আমাকে ভক্তি করো, আমার পূজা করো, আমাকে প্রণাম করো, তুমি আমার পরম প্রিয়। তাই সত্যে প্রতিজ্ঞা করছি তুমি আমাকে নিশ্চিত পাবে। সর্বধর্মন পরিত্যাজং মামেকং শরণং ব্রজ অহং তাং সর্বাপপু মুখ্যামি মা শুচ। তুমি সর্বধর্ম পরিত্যাগ করে আমাকে শরণ নাও, অর্থাৎ আমাকে আশ্রয় করো, আমি তাহলে তোমাকে সকল পাপ হতে মুক্ত করব। সুতরাং শোক করো না। সর্বভবন্ত সুখিন, সর্বসন্ত নিরাময়া, সর্বভদ্রাণে পশ্যন্তু মা কচিত দুঃখ ভবেত। পৃথিবীর সকল মানুষ ভালো থাকুক, সুখে থাকুক, এই বলে গীতা আচার শেষ করছে। ওং তৎসৎ, ওং তৎসৎ, ওং তৎসৎ। হরে কৃষ্ণ।
উপস্থিত সকলকে মৈত্রীময় শুভেচ্ছা অভিনন্দন জানিয়ে পবিত্র ত্রিপিটক থেকে মঙ্গলবাণী পাঠ করছি। নমো তাস্সা ভগবতো আরহাতো সাম্মা সম্বুদ্ধাস্সা। আমি সর্বপ্রথমে জগৎপূজ্য মহাকারণিক তথাগত সম্মুখ সম্বুদ্ধকে বন্দনা করছি। বুদ্ধাং শরণং গচ্ছামি, ধাম্মাং শরণং গচ্ছামি, সংঘং শরণং গচ্ছামি। না পারো পরং নিক্ষুব্বেত্তা, নাত্তে মায়েত্তা কাত্তাচ্ছিনং কিঞ্চি। ব্যারো সানা পাটিগা সাইয়া, নাইয়া মাইয়া সা দুঃখা মিচ্ছিয়া। গৌতম বুদ্ধ বলেছেন, তোমরা পরস্পর পরস্পরকে বঞ্চনা বা প্রতারণা করিও না, অপর কাহাকেও কিছুতেই কায় বাক্য দ্বারা ঘৃণা কিংবা অবজ্ঞা করিও না, এবং ক্রোধ বা হিংসার বশবর্তী হইয়া অপর কাহারও দুঃখ দুর্দশা কামনা করিও না। সকলের প্রতি মৈত্রীভাব পোষণ করিলে তোমাদের সর্বদা জয় মঙ্গল হবে। সাভ্যে সাত্তা সুখিতা হন্তু, জগতের সকল প্রাণী সুখী হোক।
বাইবেল পাঠ করছে গীত সংহিতা 23। সদাপ্রভু আমার পালক, আমার অভাব হইবে না। তিনি তৃণভূষিত চরানিতে আমাকে শয়ন করান, তিনি বিশ্রাম জলের ধারে ধারে আমাকে চালান। তিনি আমার প্রাণ ফিরাইয়া আনেন, তিনি নিজ নামের জন্য আমাকে ধর্মপথে গমন করান। যখন আমি মৃত্যুর ছায়ার উপত্যকা দিয়ে গমন করিব, তখনও অমঙ্গলের ভয় করিব না, কেননা তুমি আমার সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আছো। তোমার পাচনীয় তোমার যষ্টি আমাকে সান্ত্বনা করে। তুমি আমার শত্রুগণের সাক্ষাতে আমার সম্মুখে মেষ সাজাইয়া থাকো। তুমি আমার মস্তক তৈলে সিক্ত করিয়াছ, আমার পানপাত্র উথলিয়া পড়িতেছে। কেবল মঙ্গল দয়ায় আমার জীবনের সমুদয় দিন আমার অনুচর হইবে, আর আমি সদাপ্রভুর গৃহে চিরদিন বসতি করিব। জয় যিশু, আমেন।
Ladies and gentlemen, the ceremony will be conducted by the Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Asif Parvez, the Registrar of Independent University, Bangladesh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. We are gathered here today for the conferment of the degrees of the graduating students of Independent University, Bangladesh. Before we commence the ceremony, I request the representative of the Chancellor, Honorable Education Advisor of the Interim Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, to kindly declare the 26th Convocation of Independent University, Bangladesh open. Sir.
As delegated by the Honorable Chancellor of the University, I, the Advisor to the Ministry of Education, do hereby declare the 26th Convocation of Independent University Bangladesh open.
Thank you, Honorable Representative of the Chancellor. We now begin the formal proceedings of the 26th Convocation ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, to begin, I invite the Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor M. Tamim, to address the August gathering. Sir.
Professor Abrar, Honorable Advisor, Ministry of Education, Professor Faiz, Honorable Chairman, University Grand Commission, Convocation Speaker, Dr. Shahidul Alam, Mr. Didar Hussain, Chairman, Board of Trustees, IUB, Mr. Muhammad Zakaria Khan, Chairman, ESTCDT, Professor Daniel Loon, Pro Vice Chancellor, Treasurer, Registrar, Deans, members of the faculty and administration, parents and guardian, guests, media personnel, and the graduating class of 2026. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to you all. Welcome to the 26th Convocation of Independent University Bangladesh. The class of 2026, today is a day of triumph, remembrance, and hope. Every convocation is a celebration of achievement, but it is also a solemn moment of reflection. As we gather here, let us bow our heads in gratitude to those who made the ultimate sacrifices for our nation. We remember the language martyrs of 1952 who defended our rights to speak in our mother tongue. We remember the brave souls of 1971 who gave their lives for our independence and dignity. And we remember the young men and women of the July 2024 movement whose courage and sacrifice opened a new chapter in our democratic journey. Today, we celebrate not only your academic success, but also the spirit of the Independent University Bangladesh, a spirit of independence, innovation, and service to the society. Dear graduates, your journey at IUB has been shaped by rigorous study, vibrant campus life, and the mentorship of dedicated teachers. Behind you stand families who sacrificed, friends who encouraged, and a university community that believed in your potential. This moment belongs to all of them as much as it belongs to you. You are stepping into a world that is changing faster than ever before. Technology, artificial intelligence, and global connectivity are reshaping the way we live and work. But education is not only about adapting to change, it is about shaping changes. At IUB, we have always believed that universities must confront real-life problems through meaningful research. Knowledge becomes truly valuable only when it is applied to improve society. True success is measured not by wealth, but by the impact you leave on communities. As Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Bangladesh needs a new generation of problem solvers. Climate change, energy security, social injustice, poverty, and economic instability cannot be solved by routine thinking. They demand curiosity, creativity, scientific rigor, and global awareness. With difference of opinion and diversity, we must learn to live in harmony and peace. Leadership, too, is a responsibility you must embrace. It is not about titles or positions. It is about integrity, empathy, tolerance, and service. Lead with honesty, compassion, and courage, whether in business, technology, research, public service, or social development. Let me also remind you, your learning does not end here. The degree that you will receive today is not a destination, it is foundation. Remain curious, keep questioning, keep updating your skills, be a lifelong learner. The world will continue to change. That is a constant we cannot deny. But those who keep learning will always stay ahead. As you step into the future, remember, Bangladesh is at a turning point. From the rise of digital innovation to the urgent need for climate resilience, your generation will shape the nation's path. Carry forward the IUB ethos, knowledge with responsibility, independence with compassion. The values you have learned here must guide your decisions in the years ahead. Before I conclude, I extend my deepest gratitude to our trustees for their unwavering support, to the faculty and staff for their dedication, and to the parents and guardians for their trust in IUB. My heartfelt congratulations to the graduating class of 2026. You have earned this moment. Thank you and congratulations once again.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Chancellor, for sharing your thoughts with the distinguished audience and encouraging words to the graduating students. May I now request Mr. Didar A. Hussain, Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Independent University Bangladesh, to share his thoughts with the esteemed audience. Sir.
Honorable Professor Chaudhry Rafiqul Abrar, Advisor to the Government of Bangladesh in Education, Professor S.M.A. Faiz, Chairman, University Grants Commission, Dr. Shahidul Alam, eminent media personality, parents and guardians, the Vice Chancellor and the faculty members and administrative members of IUB, my fellow trustees, and the galaxy of stars, Devant, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning. Class of 2026, I extend to you my felicitations on your achievements and your success. The world beckons, and it is a time for you to accept the challenges, deliver what you learned in a practical way to the world for you to succeed and soar. I go back to the inception of IUB when revered Dr. Majid Khan started the university, and he would often say, that we cannot reshape our past, but we can surely build and develop our youth to face the challenges of the future. His words still resonate with me, and truly, in the global arena, our goods can only come through our knowledge. From time on, education has been the basis on which a nation, a country thrived. If you go back in history, there will be many instances. I quote from Alexander the Great about his teacher. He had said, "I am indebted to my father for living, but I am indebted to my teacher for living well." For living well teachers. And his teacher was philosopher Aristotle. And this is recorded in history. The point is, whatever you have learned today, there has been immense support from your faculty members, from administration. Each and every member of the IUB family worked hard to help you blossom. And today you are ready to take up the challenges. It will not be out of the way if you would express gratitude to your teachers by a round of applause. They worked very, very hard to bring you where you are, and country needs you. At the same time, I wanted to make it a point that in any nation, any country, education is of utmost priority. But it is sad that when Asian tigers are soaring and they spend nearly 5% of their GDP on education, we lag far behind. We only do 2%. And I would like to emphasize we have a lot to do as a country, as a nation. We are a country that is only 54 years old, but we have to do more in the education sector. Otherwise, in the global community, we do not have much space. At the same time, like the Vice Chancellor has said, Bangladesh came into existence after a lot of struggles, a lot of blood. Even in 2024, all has been to fight against discrimination, which still we have not been able to overcome. We need to address that. And if we all work together, we can succeed. Like, I'll quote from President Abraham Lincoln. He had said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." And it is true today, and it was true yesterday. We have to love our country. Good or bad is my country, right or wrong. Please remember that. Lastly, from the Board of Trustees, we have given you a coupon, a small sum of 500 taka for you to buy books. The sum is very small, is very symbolic. We want you to inculcate the habit of reading and be a good person to your family, to your society, and to the country. With that, I would like to conclude. Thank you again, class of 2026. World is there for you to take. Long live IUB and long live Bangladesh.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Board of Trustees, for your valuable insights. May I now request Mr. Mohammad Zakaria Khan, Chairman of the Education, Science, Technology and Cultural Development Trust, ESTCDT, the founding trust of the university, to address the gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, the Chairman, ESTCDT.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. On behalf of the ESTCDT, the founding trust of IUB and CIU, I welcome you all today. I congratulate you on your success. I congratulate you on your parents. I congratulate your parents and your teachers and everybody, those who are associated with your success. And what do I wish for you? I wish you happy and a prosperous and a successful life. So how do you do that? It all depends upon you. I would like to recite a few lines from two famous poets. A man's reach should exceed his grasp, as Robert Browning said. And and Robert Frost said, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have many more miles to keep before I sleep, before I sleep. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman, sir, for your valuable speech. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite the Chairman, University Grants Commission of Bangladesh, Professor Dr. Syed Muhammad Abul Fayaz, to address this distinguished assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Chairman, University Grants Commission, UGC.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Honorable Chair of today's convocation, the Honorable Education Advisor, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, the Chairman of the Trustee Board, distinguished trustee, and Deans of the faculties, very distinguished faculty members, and my dear guardians of the students, and my dear graduating students, Assalamu alaikum. It is a pleasure to be present at the 26th convocation of the Independent University of Bangladesh. In recent years, I've had the opportunity to participate in a number of academic and institutional events at IUB. Each time I have seen a strong commitment to academic standards, research engagement, and student development. The Independent University of Bangladesh has consistently demonstrated how a private university can contribute meaningfully to the national higher education landscape. Today's convocation is a proud moment for the graduates of the families. It marks the successful completion of an important academic phase, but it also signals the beginning of a new responsibility. Higher education is not an end in itself. It is a preparation for contributing to society with knowledge, integrity, and purpose. You are stepping into a world that is exciting, first-changing, and full of new possibilities. My dear graduates, you have to remember one very important thing, and that is, it is this university where your mind was trained. It is this independent university of Bangladesh where imagination was broadened. It is this university where your character was shaped. And this is this university where you learn to live up to the expectations. Each and every of you will have to live up to the expectations. One important aspect is that every citizen has the capability to distinguish between what is good and what is bad. But you, the enlightened, you, the educated ones, can do it in much more astute manner. You, the young generation, have made a change. And I often compare this change that you made in the July movement with the change of a caterpillar into a butterfly. We felt we are all butterflies after 5th of July, 5th of August. Dear graduates, as I look at you, I see confidence in your eyes, ambition in your posture, and hope in your smiles. I also see the future strength of this nation. Your journeys have not been easy. You have crossed years of challenges, long nights of study, examinations, deadlines, and moments of doubt. And today you stand at the threshold of a new beginning, stronger, wiser, and ready. Honorable faculty of the University Grants Commission has been working consistently to strengthen academic standards, research quality, and governance across universities in Bangladesh. Our objective is to support the overall improvement of higher education wherever it takes place. And we stand here as a team along with the universities, be that in the public sector or in the private sector. And we adhere to each other as one single family. University Grants Commission aims to function as a facilitating institution, supporting universities, listening to stakeholders, and working collaboratively to improve teaching, learning, and research. Constructive suggestions from universities and faculty members are always taken seriously because sustainable improvement requires partnership. The central issue in higher education today is the relationship between teachers and students. Universities exist for students. Teachers are teachers because students are there. Improving teacher-student engagement is therefore essential. Teachers must actively understand students' aspiration, concern, and changing mental and social context. Excuse me. The welfare of the students should remain at the core of academic life. And we the teachers, and as I am also a teacher, we have to remember that the best part of teaching is respecting the sentiment of the students and to fill up the gap that exists between you, the teachers, and the students in front of you in the classroom. You have to do everything that is possible to fill up the gap. With this in mind, University Grants Commission has recently initiated a foundation training program of newly appointed university teachers. The goal is to enhance teaching capacity, update pedagogical skills, and align instruction with contemporary academic and societal needs. Alongside this, University Grounds Commission is working towards establishing a dedicated training center for the university teachers to ensure continuous professional development. With a collaboration that was signed with the British Council at the House of Lords in London, and recently we have also, we are trying to enter into some kind of understanding with the Queen's University in Canada. And the Honorable Education Advisor has taken a special initiative on this. Quality higher education also depends on strong research culture. Universities are an integral part of society, and social challenges inevitably affect campuses as well. Universities must therefore conduct research that addresses real societal problems and contributes to the practical solutions. Research should not remain confined to academic publications alone. It should inform policy, innovation, and social progress. The HIT project of the government of Bangladesh and the World Bank and the IDB projects, through these two projects, we are providing very good number of projects for research by the teachers of the universities in both public and private sector. I believe that through these projects, the teachers will contribute immensely for the betterment of the society. This is a huge opportunity. We must avail this with utmost sincerity, with transparency and accountability. University Grounds Commission is also moving forward with plans to allow private universities to offer PhD programs based on careful assessment of institutional capacity. Decisions will be made by evaluating academic strength, faculty expertise, research infrastructure, and governance standards. Dear graduates, as you leave the university, remember that your education carries both opportunity and obligation. The world will continue to evolve. Use your knowledge responsibly. Remain committed to integrity, critical thinking, and service to the society. The country needs graduates who are competent, ethical, and socially aware. Bangladesh today stands at a point of immense opportunity. We need scientists, teachers, entrepreneurs, social workers, innovators, environmentalists, and dreamers. People who will not only think of themselves, but will work to uplift the others. Let your knowledge become a tool for building kinder, wiser, and more sustainable world. Let your achievements bring pride to your family, honor to your university, and progress to the nation. And whatever you do and whatever you say will also have tremendous implications upon yourself. Dear proud parents and teachers, this moment belongs to you as much as it belongs to your children, your students. Your sacrifices, your encouragement, and your unconditional love are the unseen pillars behind every certificate that will be awarded today. Teachers, you have shaped these graduates with patience, dedication, and belief. The nation remains grateful to your service. Dear graduates, as you leave this convocation ground today, walk with your head high. Carry your knowledge like a torch. Move forward with compassion, courage, and curiosity. And wherever life takes you, remember, the world needs your light. Bangladesh needs your voice. Humanity needs your kindness. May Allah bless you all. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, sir, for your detailed, insightful speech. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to one of the most anticipated segments of today's convocation ceremony, the address by our Honorable Convocation Speaker. Before inviting him to deliver his speech, I would like to take this opportunity to briefly introduce our distinguished Convocation Speaker, Dr. Shahidul Alam, to the audience. Renowned photographer, writer, curator, educator, and human rights activist, Dr. Shahidul Alam was born in Dhaka in 1955. He grew up in Dhaka and was educated at different schools like Junior Cadet College, Shine School. He later moved to the UK, completing A-levels at Liverpool's Institute. He earned his bachelor's in biochemistry and genetics from University of Liverpool. He obtained his PhD in organic chemistry from the University of London. During his years in the UK, photography developed from a personal interest into a serious pursuit, eventually becoming his principal vocation. Dr. Alam returned to Bangladesh in the mid-80s and began documenting political life, social inequalities, labor conditions, migration, and human rights violations. In 1989, he co-founded Brick Picture Library to support photographers from the Global South. He founded the Patshala South Asian Media Institute in 1998, Chobi Mela International Photography Festival in 2000, and co-founded the photo agency Majority World. Time magazine named him Person of the Year in 2018. During the July movement, he documented events and offered commentary. In 2025, he joined the Freedom Flotilla Coalition mission to Gaza. Dr. Alam's achievements have been widely recognized. His awards include Mother Jones Award for Documentary Photography, Lucy Humanitarian Award, Shilpokala Padak, and Ekushe Padak. His work and institution building have positioned him as one of the most influential figures in South Asian photography and visual activism. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a warm welcome as we invite him to address this gathering. Sir.
Dhanyavad. Shh. You have to be quiet and listen. That's what you're here for. I will wait until you quieten down. Shh. Okay. Distinguished guests above and below the stage, you've heard about independence and compassion as being something central to what this university is about. Those of you who study at IUB, you live privileged lives. And privilege comes with a question you must answer today. Will your life matter? Your family will miss you when you're gone. Your friends will cry at your funeral. But will it matter to the garment worker in the factory down the road? To the person in the street who doesn't know your name? Will your footprint survive the sand and survive the next wave? Think of everyone who changed the world, from religion to science to art. Their impact extended way beyond their immediate circle. They mattered. You're graduating from a top university. Your parents have high hopes. You want success. But does that success extend beyond the iPhone, the car, the flat, the settled life with settled kids? In an inconsequential life, good though it might be, Is that the life you want to live? Do you want to matter? It begins with saying no. No to that's how it's already been done, always be done. No to predetermined hierarchies. No to conformity for conformity's sake. Let me give you the bad news. It will make life harder. People will oppose you. Some will hurt you. Most will ignore you. That's the price. And the good news? Every day lived in defined mode will be exciting, fulfilling, meaningful. Every day will matter. I've been at odds with every government we've had. A loaded gun pointed at my head during Irshad, 8 knife wounds during the first BNP term, torture in jail during Hasina. They all love me equally. People say I was brave when speaking out about the Hasina regime. I disagree. Crossfire, disappearances, corruption, looted banks, politicized state institutions, these were discussed in every street corner, every tea stall. The problem was elsewhere. Good people, responsible people, people whose voices mattered, chose silence. That's what allowed it. Repressive regimes rule through fear. They intimidate, silence, kill. Fighting repression is an upward climb. You get tired. There's pain and few rewards. You don't seem to get anywhere. You want to give up. That's precisely when you must be alert. The minute you give up, you become a cog in the wheel. The repressor no longer needs to repress. You've done the job for them. Repression becomes normalized. After my arrest in 2018, we lost all our corporate clients. One CEO called on a landline. Nothing personal, she said. It's too risky to receive your calls. As I walked out of the office that day, a woman with a newborn came up to me. Working class, vulnerable, far more vulnerable than the clients who'd stayed away. She placed my hand on his head. Can you bless my child? She asked. I want him to grow up to be as brave as you. This story is about that brave woman, about many like her willing to be seen with someone hated by the government, expressing it publicly, knowing the risks, because she aspired not for the iPhone or car or flat for her son, but for him to be brave. It is about Abu Said, about Mugdho, about Hadi, about Rita, about the other women and men of all class, race and religion who are prepared to sacrifice for a better Bangladesh. They too knew the risks and were defined knowingly. The real heroes aren't people like me who went on the flotilla. They're the journalists, the medical workers, ordinary people of Palestine who, despite everything that Israel throws at them, continue to resist. No food, no shelter, no medical tools, hunted, on hit lists, still serving their community. They are the heroes we need to learn from. During the UN General Assembly in New York, I learned there was a media flotilla and reached out. On the 25th of September came this message. Are you able to be in Italy on the 28th? 3 days. I had commitments. The Fokat Turk Muhammad Yunus discussion, which I could barely make. An interview with Zohran Mamdani, which I had to cancel. And I hadn't packed for this when I left Dhaka. But this could not be my decision alone. I messaged my partner Rehnuma She replied immediately with a 100% emoji, exactly as I knew she would. Then there was a follow-up message, which reminded me of a promise we'd made a long time ago, that we would die together. So much was unsaid in that one sentence. There were organizational issues, Drik, Patshala, Chobimala, not knowing when I'd return or if I'd return, checks to sign, authorizations, long-term plans in case things went south. 3 flights before a pit stop in Dhaka, a hurriedly arranged press conference, a plane to Rome, 3 buses, a train, a long walk. I arrived at Bahia de Machene, late for the training. They were forgiving. We knew we'd probably never make it to Gaza. We knew we'd get arrested. We knew the risks. But those were risks we had to take. Because I wanted to matter to the child in Gaza who felt the world had forgotten her. I wanted her to know there was someone out there, not a relative, not a friend, just a fellow human being who cared. That brings us back to here, to now, to you. The child in Gaza who felt a ghost out there. You will get your degrees today. You will succeed in material terms. Your parents will rightfully be proud. But for that child in Gaza, for the garment worker who sweats to feed her children, for the migrant worker prepared to risk his life crossing seas to buy land for his family, for the women and men who were at the forefront of the uprising, for the women who were at the forefront of the uprising who have since been erased from a partisan history, for the rickshawala, for the tokai, for the students who shed blood so we could be free. Your privileged life will have little value unless you leave behind a more fair world, one where they too rightfully belong. I congratulate you for getting your degree. Now go forth and make it work for humankind. Make your footprints matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Shudalan, sir, for your touching, inspiring words, which I am confident will resonate deeply with our graduating students. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now proceed to the conferment of degrees upon the graduating students. Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, it is my pleasure to inform you that a total of 2,140 students from the undergraduate programs and 356 students from the graduate programs have fulfilled all the requirements for graduation. I now invite the deans of the respective schools to present the candidates for the conferment of degrees. May I respectfully request Professor Raisul Awal Mahmood, Dean, School of Business and Entrepreneurship, Dr. Habib bin Muzaffar, Dean, School of Engineering, Technology and Sciences, Dr. K. Ayaz Rabbani, Dean, School of Environment and Life Sciences, Professor Boktiar Ahmed, Dean, School of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, Dr. Kamran Ul Basit, Dean, School of Pharmacy and Public Health, and Professor Muhammad Nazmuzzaman Bhuiya, Dean, School of Law. Please to come forward one after another and present the candidates from their respective schools for the conferment of degrees by the Honorable Representative of the Chancellor.
Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, a total of 1,271 students have fulfilled the requirements for their degrees from the School of Business and Entrepreneurship. Among them, 194 are from the graduate programs and 1,077 are from the undergraduate programs. I now request all candidates for the degrees of Executive Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, and Bachelor of Science from the School of Business and Entrepreneurship to please rise and remain standing until the end of the conferment of degrees. Student, please rise and remain standing until the conferment is made. For the business school. Honorable representative of the Chancellor, I hereby present to you the students of the 26th Convocation from the School of Business and Entrepreneurship who have fulfilled all the requirements for the conferment of their respective degrees.
Honorable representative of the Chancellor, a total of 532 students have fulfilled the requirements for the degrees from the School of Engineering, Technology and Sciences. Among them, 25 are from the graduate programs and 507 are from the undergraduate programs. I now request all candidates for the degrees of Master of Science and Bachelor of Science from the School of Engineering, Technology and Sciences to please rise and remain standing until the conferment of degrees is completed. Honorable representative of the Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the candidates of the 26th Convocation from the School of Engineering, Technology and Sciences who have fulfilled all the requirements for the conferment of their respective degrees.
Honorable representative of the Chancellor, a total of 247 students have fulfilled the requirements for their respective degrees from the School of Environment and Life Sciences. Among them, 64 are from the graduate programs and 183 are from the undergraduate programs. I now request all the candidates for the degrees of Master of Science, MSc, and Bachelor of Science, BSc, from the School of Environment and Life Sciences to please rise and remain standing until the completion of the conferment of degrees. Honorable representative of the Chancellor, I now present to you the students of the 26th Convocation from the School of Environment and Life Sciences who have fulfilled all the requirements for their respective degrees for the formal conferment of their degrees.
Honorable representative of the Chancellor, a total of 141 students from the School of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences have fulfilled the requirements for the conferment of their degrees. Among them, 33 are from graduate programs and 108 are from undergraduate programs. I now request all candidates for the degrees of Master of Social Sciences, Master of Arts, Bachelor of Social Sciences, and Bachelor of Arts from the School of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences to please rise and remain standing until the completion of the conferment of the degrees. Honorable representative of the Chancellor, I have the honor to represent to you the students of 26th Convocation from the School of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences who have fulfilled all the requirements for their conferment of their respective degrees.
Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, a total of 214 students from the School of Pharmacy and Public Health have fulfilled the requirements for the award of their degrees. Among them, 36 students from the graduate programs and 178 students are from the undergraduate programs. I now request all candidates for the degrees of Master of Public Health, MPH, Master of Pharmacy, MPharm, Bachelor of Pharmacy, BPharm. From the School of Pharmacy and Public Health to please rise and remain standing until conclusion of the conferment of degrees. Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the student of the 26th Convocation from the School of Pharmacy and Public Health who have fulfilled all the requirements for the conferment of their respective degrees.
Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, a total of 91 students have fulfilled the requirements for their degrees from the School of Law. Among them, 4 are from the graduate programs and 87 are from the undergraduate programs. I now request all candidates for the degrees of Master of Laws and Bachelor of Laws from the School of Law to please rise and remain standing until the end of the conferment of degrees. Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, I have the honor to present to you the students of the 26th Convocation from the School of Law who have fulfilled all the requirements for the conferment of their respective degrees.
As delegated by the Honorable Chancellor of Independent University, Bangladesh, I, the representative of the Chancellor, do hereby confer upon each of you the degrees of, from the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, Executive Masters of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Science, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Science. From the School of Engineering, Technology and Sciences, Master of Science, Bachelor of Science. From the School of Environment and Life Sciences, Master of Science, Bachelor of Science. From the School of Liberal Arts and Social Sciences, Master of Social Sciences, Master of Arts, Bachelor of Social Sciences, Bachelor of Arts. From the School of Pharmacy and Public Health, Master of Public Health, Master of Pharmacy, Bachelor of Pharmacy. And from the School of Law, Master of Laws, Bachelor of Laws. And I charge you that by your conduct and character, you prove yourselves worthy of these degrees. Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, you are now graduates. You may now switch the position of your tassel. Please be seated. Thank you, Honorable Representative of the Chancellor.
Congratulations, graduates. Now we will head to the presentation of awards. Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, we shall now begin the presentation of awards to our outstanding graduates. It is my immense pleasure to announce the top graduate students from the graduate programs. Each of these graduates has earned the highest CGPA of 4.00 out of 4.00. I now request all the graduate toppers to kindly come forward one by one to receive their crests from the Honorable Convocation Speaker. Farzana Islam, Department of Computer Science, ACTS. MD Jubair Alam Iman, Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering, ACTS, at present outside of the country. I am requesting Imran Jahan Digonto, Department of English and Modern Languages, SLASS. Vincent Deep Gomez, Department of English and Modern Languages, SLASS. Please come after him, okay? Please. Tamim Talha Ridoy, Department of Social Sciences and Humanities, SLASS. Tasmim Fahima Ahmed, Department of Life Sciences, SELS. Thank you, Dr. Shahidul Alam, sir, Honorable Convocation Speaker, for presenting the crests to our top graduates. It is now my pleasure to announce the names of the top performers of the schools. I now invite the top performers of the schools to come on the stage one after another to receive their crests from the Chairman of the Board of Trustees. Tasfiya Akhtar Tanzil, Department of Economics, SBE. Sami Rashid, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, ACTS. Ryan Ahmed, Department of Environmental Science and Management, ACLS. Ikram Hossein Mahbub, Department of Global Studies and Governance, SLASS. Tahmid Rezwan Shushmoy, Department of Pharmacy, SPPH. Sidratul Muntaha Ahona, Department of Law, SOL. Thank you, Mr. Didaria Hussain, Honorable Chair of the Board of Trustees, for honoring our toppers with the crests. It is my pleasure to introduce the graduates who have excelled not only academically, but also in sports and cultural activities. Sports and Cultural Activities Awards will be presented by Honorable Chairman UGC. I request all the award winners to kindly come on stage one after another to receive the crests from Honorable Chairman of the UGC. Sports and Activities Awards goes to Maha Murshid, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SETS. MD Tipu Sultan, Department of Human Resource Management, SBE. Cultural Activities Awards goes to Sheikh Salwa Shahara, Department of Marketing, SBE. On behalf of Ms. Shahara, her mother will receive the award. Thank you. Roshni Parveen, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, SETS. At present, she is outside of the country pursuing higher studies. Thank you, Honorable Chairman UGC, for presenting the crest to our award winners. Now we go for the Community Service Awards, which will be given by the Chair ESTCDT. In recognition of outstanding contribution in community services, the following students have been selected for the award. Shahrukh bin Hannan, Department of Human Resource Management, SBE. Thank you, Honorable Chair of ESTCDT. Now we will go for the All-Rounder Award. It is my proud privilege to announce the university's all-rounder for his exceptional achievements. I would like to invite Ahmed Tosif Jami, Department of Global Studies and Governance, SLASS, to come forward and receive the gold medal from the Honorable Chair of the Board of Trustees. Thank you. Now it's time for the Chancellor's gold medals, the precious ones. Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, it is my pleasure to announce the winners of the Chancellor's gold medals. I request the gold medalists to come forward on stage. Tasnuva Mahmood, Department of Accounting, SBE. Sajid bin Mohammad, Department of Marketing, SB. At present, he is outside of the country. Jahara Alam Lia, Environment Science and Management, SELS. Congratulations. Asadullah Ibn Masood, Environmental Science and Farm Management, SELS. Najmun Nahar, Department of Pharmacy, SPPH. Congratulations to our Chancellor's Gold winners. Additionally, I am delighted to announce that Sajid bin Mohammad from the Department of Marketing is the valedictorian of this convocation. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have the pleasure of playing the recorded valedictory address of Mr. Sajid bin Mohammad, who unfortunately is unable to join us in person today as he is currently out of the country.
Honorable Education Advisor, Guest of Honor, Convocation Speaker, Trustees, Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, respected members of the faculty and management, esteemed guests, parents, and guardians, and of course, my dearest friends and fellow graduates. Assalamu alaikum and a very good day. Today, I am extremely humbled to be standing here as the valedictorian to IUB's 26th convocation. Yet, I'm also profoundly sad for not being able to be present in person in one of the most important moments of our lives. But I remember a quote by Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius: "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. But do so with all your heart." And as today marks the formal end of my undergrad journey, as it does for all the rest of us, we are entering the real world, wide-eyed and with big dreams, aspiring for a happy life, a prosperous life, and a fulfilling life, fueled by the reputation of our beloved alma mater. But this also brings to my mind a small anecdote. There were once two young fish swimming in the sea when they met an older fish swimming in the opposite direction. The older fish nods at them and says, "Morning, boys. How's the water?" The young fish keeps swimming, and suddenly one of them stops, looks at the other, and asks, "What is water?" Now, the reason why I bring up this frankly annoying analogy is merely to suggest that these days, we as a culture have simply become too collectively fixated on the outcome, or rather the idea of the outcome, and less on the journey we take and the effort we put in into achieving that outcome. The juncture we are standing at today, for example, is probably what most of us, if not all of us, including parents and guardians, had dreamt of the day we first set foot in IUB. This is the moment that makes all those late-night assignments, the all-night study sessions, the toil, the hard work, the failures, the heartbreaks, all worth it. It is a moment defined by all the things that we have been through, both the good and the not so good. Yet, this moment does not exist in a vacuum. We are here today because of the peers that we have chosen to surround ourselves with, the content that we have chosen to consume, and the effort we have put in into coming and reaching where we are today. And being a student of marketing, I think my biggest takeaway from IUB is that effort matters. When you put in your maximum effort, when you immerse yourself in the process, and simply hope for the best, things usually do turn out for the best. Of course, circumstances are often not in our control. Just look at me. On this very special occasion, I'm only present here with you today virtually. And this too was made possible by effort, the effort of some wonderful people. My heartfelt gratitude goes to the Dean of the School of Business and Entrepreneurship, Professor Raisul Awal Mahmood sir, the head of the marketing department, Sohail Rana sir, my professors, Shuman sir, Azim sir, Zakia miss, and Nahin miss, from my department of media and communication, Rifat miss, Rayana miss, Faria miss, and Mushfeka miss. Special appreciation goes also to the hard work and effort of the head of the Division of Student Affairs, Atif sir, our registrar, Asif sir, and of course, the Department of Media and Public Relations. We must also mention about the hard work and the effort of the support staff, who are the guardian angels of our campus, my friends, who allow me to laugh in the face of the worst of adversities, and of course, the support and effort of our parents. We can never thank them enough. And hey, this is life. We're still standing, which means We've made it. So, before I say goodbye, I would just like to leave you with a quote from a 2003 Disney movie that, although somewhat of a cliche, has really stuck with me. And it goes something like, you try, you fail, you try, you fail, you try, you fail. But the only true failure is when you stop trying. So, try again, because in persistence lies true success. Thank you, and many, many congratulations to the entire class of 2026. Here is to a beautiful and prosperous life ahead.
We wish Mr. Sajid bin Mohammed all the very best and continued success.
Ladies and gentlemen, now the Alma Mater song will be presented by the IUB choir.
Now the presentation of IOB Sash and crest to the guests of honor. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now request the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Muhammad Tamim, to present a sash and crest of IUB to the Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, Professor C.R. Abrar. Thank you. I now invite the Honorable Chair, Board of Trustees, to present a sash and crest of IUB to the Honorable Convocation Speaker, Dr. Shahidul Alam. Thank you. I further request Mr. Muhammad Zakaria Khan, Chair ESTCDT, to present a sash and crest of IUB to the Honorable Chairman UGC, Professor S.M.A. Fayaz. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now our honor to hear from our chairman of the ceremony, the esteemed representative of the Chancellor and Education Advisor, Professor C.R. Abrar. Professor C.R. Abrar is a distinguished academic and policy expert, currently serving as Education Advisor of the country. He is widely respected for his long-standing contributions to higher education, research, and public service, and for his commitment to advancing inclusive and quality education. May I now request the Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, and Chair of today's convention ceremony, Professor C.R. Abrar, to kindly address this celebrated gathering, sir. Sir.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, respected Chair of University Grants Commission, esteemed Convocation Speaker, Honorable Chairman and members of Board of Trustees, respected faculty members, parents, guardians, and above all, dear graduates. I commence my statement by paying tribute to the martyrs of our glorious war of liberation, to our compatriots who made the ultimate sacrifice in the democratic struggle before and after 1971, and the courageous youth and general masses who embraced martyrdom, injury, and blindness during the July mass upsurge of 2024. Let's not forget, it's because of their sacrifice we have regained our rights and dignity as free citizens from being subjects of a tyrant. It's a privilege to join you today at the 26th Convocation of Independent University, Bangladesh. Convocation is a moment of celebration, but it is also a moment of reflection. It marks not only the completion of an academic journey, but the beginning of a larger set of responsibilities. Today, you graduate with degrees that open doors and create opportunities. But education does more than enable personal advancement. It places an obligation on those who receive it What you choose to do with the knowledge, skills, and exposure you have gained will shape not only your own lives, but the society and institution you will inhabit and influence. Graduates of Independent University Bangladesh now work across a wide range of sectors, both at home and abroad. They contribute to business, technology, research, development, public policy, and civil society. Many operate in international environments, carrying with them not only professional competence, but also the values shaped by this institution. Through them, Bangladesh is increasingly represented as a source of capable, globally engaged leadership. Leadership, however, is not confined to professional success or organizational rank. It is tested most clearly in moments of ethical challenge, when speaking out carries cost, when silence appears easier, and when convenience conflicts with conscience. It is in such moments that leadership acquires meaning. Democracy must be understood in this light. Democracy is not an abstract ideal. It has tangible consequences for dignity, rights, justice, and opportunity. It does not sustain itself automatically. It depends on citizens who remain attentive, engaged, and willing to act when democratic norms are threatened. Universities play a crucial role in nurturing this sense of responsibility. Our university is not merely a place for acquiring credentials. It is a space where judgment is formed, where authority is questioned, and where difference between right and wrong is learned and tested. In recent times, Bangladesh has witnessed a significant chapter in its democratic journey. The July 2024 mass uprising, which began as a non-partisan student movement around demands for reform, has become a defining moment in the country's democratic history. It was particularly encouraging to see students from private universities step forward with courage, standing against injustice and asserting their civic rights. This demonstrated that civic responsibility and democratic commitment are not confined to any single type of institution, but are shared wherever conscience and awareness are present. As Bangladesh transitions back to democratic rule, this moment requires more than celebration. It requires a conscious commitment to a pluralist and accountable democratic order where disagreement is legitimate and institutions answer to citizens, rather than systems that concentrate power, narrow participation, normalize mob culture, and treat dissent as disorder. The responsibility of this generation is to remain vigilant so that values articulated in July are consolidated through everyday practice rather than allowed to erode through fatigue or silence. The lesson of July is not only about change, it is about vigilance. Democracy survives because citizens remain watchful and engaged, not because institutions are assumed to be permanent or self-correcting. For graduates, this means understanding that citizenship does not end at the workplace and that professional success does not absolve one of civic responsibility. Dear graduates, you are entering a world shaped increasingly by knowledge, science, technology. Global competition, sustainable development, and social resilience now depend heavily on scientific thinking and evidence-based decision-making. Bangladesh has already made progress across sectors as agriculture, healthcare, information technology, renewable energy, and climate adaptation by adopting science-driven approaches. These efforts, however, can only succeed if young people are encouraged to think critically, innovate responsibly, and apply knowledge in the service of society. Science is not confined to laboratories or publications. It's a powerful tool of social transformation and human welfare. For science to serve society effectively, strong connections must exist between universities, research institutions, industry, and communities. Young researchers must be encouraged not only to pursue technical excellence, but to remain attentive to the ethical and social implications of their work. In this context, Independent University Bangladesh has developed areas of strength that reflect both academic ambition and public relevance. Research initiative in astronomy and space science, including work involving transient array of telescope, demonstrate a commitment to advancing knowledge at the frontiers of science. Efforts in renewable energy, artificial intelligence, and applied engineering show how innovation can address real-world challenges, such as sustainability and energy efficiency. Programs that integrate students into research early, connect learning with entrepreneurship and industry, and support international exchange reflect an understanding that education must evolve continuously to remain relevant. At the same time, we must confront an important reality. A private university education involves significant cost, and many capable and motivated students in Bangladesh remain unable to access institutions such as this one. As private universities grow in stature and influence, they are increasingly judged not only by academic outcomes, but by how seriously they invest their own resources in widening access. Equity is not a peripheral concern. It is central to the educational legitimacy. Expanding need-based scholarships and financial support is essential to ensure that talent, not family income, determines who benefits from high-quality higher education. Access and excellence, while essential, are incomplete on their own. Education must also cultivate judgment, ethical sensitivity, empathy, and responsibility. Logical reasoning and practical competence must be accompanied by an awareness of consequences and an ability to act with integrity. Respected faculty members, the responsibility of a university does not end in delivering lectures or awarding degrees. Teaching is ultimately about helping society to learn how to think. The true measure of educational success lies not only in how far the most gifted students advance, but in how effectively institutions support those who struggle and ensure that no talent is lost through neglect or exclusion. Students must be prepared not only to succeed in examination, but to face life with honesty, tolerance, and a sense of responsibility to others. Ethical practice, environmental stewardship, and respect for difference are not optional additions to education. They are central to it. As the education advisor, I affirm the government's commitment to building a quality, inclusive, science-based, humane education system. Ongoing reforms aim to strengthen institutions, improve regulatory frameworks, ensure merit-based processes, and restore confidence and accountability across the sector. These efforts are intended to create an environment in which universities can fulfill both their academic and civic missions. Dear graduates, today you close one chapter of your lives and open another. The next chapter will test not only your abilities, but your values. You will face choices that require judgment, courage, and care. Carry forward honesty, awareness, and commitment to the public good. Use your education not only for personal success, but strengthen institutions, expand opportunity, and uphold democratic and ethical principles. If education serves only individual advancement, it falls short of its purpose. I congratulate each of you on your achievements
and wish you a future marked by responsibility, meaning, and integrity. Before I finish, I fervently appeal to all of you to spend a few moments each day to reflect on the messages conveyed in the graffitis painted by the undaunted youth during those glorious days of 2024. Let us pledge to do our best to uphold their aspirations in this new Bangladesh. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Our sincere gratitude goes to the Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, Professor Sierra Abrar, for delivering a speech that has truly inspired us all. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching to the conclusion of the ceremony. I now request the Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Daniel W. Lund, to kindly propose the vote of thanks. Professor Daniel.
Thank you. It is on behalf of Independent University, Bangladesh, it is a great honor to offer the vote of thanks. So beginning with the Honorable Advisor, Ministry of Education, Professor Dr. Chaudhry Rafiqul Abrar, the Honorable Chairman, University Grants Commission, Professor Dr. S.A.M. Fayaz, the Convocation Speaker, Dr. Shahidul Alam, Chairman, Board of Trustees, IUB, Mr. Didar A. Hussain, the Chairman, Education, Science, Technology and Culture Development Trust, Mr. Mohammed Zakaria Khan, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, IUB, Professor Dr. M. Tamim, the Honorable Treasurer, IUB, Iftikhar Haider, the IUB Board of Trustee members of Education, Science, Technology and Culture Development Trust, our Registrar, Mr. Asif Parvez, Deans, academic department heads and faculty members, they do an incredible job. Special guests, VCs, PVCs, and faculty from other universities, thank you. Our valedictorian, the IUB choir and the musicians, the band, the IUB administration, directors, department heads, and staff, the convocation committee members, volunteers, and the Rover Scouts, local law enforcement and traffic control, the media, the ICCB venue officials and staff providing this fabulous facility, parents, guardians, and going forward, onward, and upward, our new graduates, the IUB class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now reached the culmination of the 26th convocation ceremony. May I now invite the Honorable Representative of the Chancellor, Professor Sierra Abrar, to formally declare the 26th convocation of Independent University Bangladesh closed.
I, the representative of the Chancellor, delegated by the Honorable Chancellor of Independent University Bangladesh, and the Education Advisor of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, hereby declare the 26th Convocation of Independent University Bangladesh closed.
Dear graduates, you may now throw your hats. Please take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of our ceremony. Please rise as the national anthem is played.
Chirodin
Chancellor's entourage will now be ushered to the designated places in front of the stage for a group photograph.